road we like to travel with your hosts, Bryan Carvin and Paul Honart.
Hey, happy Sunday, y'all. We're here with a special guest, up-and-coming musician with some great music that's getting ready to be released that we're going to get to sample tonight. We're here with Metal Mike. Welcome to the show, Mike.
Thanks, guys. Excited. Looking forward to it.
We are too. Bryan, how you doing today, man?
Pretty good. Watching football all the time, but I'm glad you messaged me because there's some good matchups in the NFL so far, and I would have just sat there eating my food, watching football, and Paul be like, "Where's Bryan?"
Yeah, well, I'm that guy watching everybody have fun because all my teams are out, man. So.
Well, mine's out too, but I start picking. I was going for Jacksonville, and they deserve to win, but oh well. Buffalo's good.
I'm going for Steelers this year, which is a first for me, just because of quarterback. So,
in my house, it's Seahawks. So, been Seahawks fans for a long time. So this is good.
What part of the country are you in, Mike?
I'm in upstate New York, so I'm not in Seattle.
Okay.
But we've been Seahawks fans for a long time. So,
I've been a Buccaneer fan since they became a team with the same year as you guys, 1976.
76. Yep.
Yeah,
and we were both in our AFC back then.
Mm-hmm.
And then they switched.
I'm from South Florida originally, so Dolphins, of course. And then I was always a Cowboys fan. And ever since Mr. Mahomes joined the Chiefs, I was a Chiefs fan. So, and I live in Tennessee now, so there's the Titans, and all four of my teams are.
Paul, how are we friends anyway? I don't get this.
I don't know, man. I don't know at all. So, Bryan, what are you listening to this week, man?
Well, still everywhere I drive, I'm listening to Les Carlson's new one.
Mm-hmm.
And my shirt came too, but it's in the wash.
Okay.
So I think one of my favorite songs on here is He Loves Deep.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
And then another band I've been listening to, mostly on YouTube for videos, Fireflight. Somebody in this band went through some hard trials because all their lyrics are really helpful. And plus Dawn Marie, what a beautiful voice. Holy mackerel. It's always between her and Lacey Sturm, who I think is my favorite. It just depends on my mood because they're both so good. And then we just found out that AngelicWarlord.com released their top 2025 top 30 2025 releases, and we made it to 18. I cannot believe it. I seriously thought we'd get something like 27, 28 or something like that. I would take 30. But to be 18 right behind X Sinner, that's really cool.
Yeah, that's pretty phenomenal.
If you haven't checked it out, we think it's really good, but apparently other people are thinking it too, so I'm happy. So very excited because the more people hear the music, the more people hear the word. So
yes, that's right. Absolutely.
That's right. And that is the goal.
All right. So for me, I'm going blues this week. I got some Glenn Kaiser. Good blues guy, man. If you probably know him from Resurrection Band, but solo stuff is either blues or praise and worship, and this is one of his blues albums. Really good. And then Modest Attraction. These guys are out of Sweden. This is Christian Liljegren of Narnia's first band. And so if you like Narnia and you like that big power metal from Europe, you'd like these guys a lot. And then I was also listening to Narnia because I just can't get enough of his voice these days. So there you go. Those are my three.
You see, my music's always like the regular stuff, and then you got Paul, and so which I like because he tells a lot of bands I've never heard of. So I check out new stuff all the time. So good job, Paul.
Yeah, that's what I like to do. I like to promote what's out there and stuff that people haven't heard of. That's why I'm excited to have you on tonight, Mike, because I know you got some stuff coming out.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anybody's got to hear much of what you have yet. I know that you posted something on Twitter a couple months ago. And so we'll get to listen to some more of that tonight and see what else. But what are you listening to this week before we get into your stuff?
Yeah, I listened to Blood Good, Out of the Darkness quite a bit this week. Yeah. And in my car, I had Loudness, Soldier of Fortune, Japanese heavy metal, Loudness. Oh, really? And Bryan, I was checking out your band this week, man. We Are Resolute. Full Arbor. I was checking that out this week to get ready to talk to you, and I was loving it. So great job, man. Well deserved on your ranking too.
Yes, I'm excited. There's no big head here because I told you I thought it was going to be lower. Not that I think the music doesn't deserve 18. It's just, life.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's a pleasant surprise. Thanks for checking us out.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, and we got our first ever comment from YouTube, from our live stream on YouTube.
All right.
Our comments generally always come from Facebook, but we got tough sledding as a Cowboy fan there, Paul. Yeah, and that's my friend Chris, and he's in Texas, so he knows. Great to have you with us tonight, buddy. And Joshua Reynolds says, "Hey guys."
Hey Josh.
Hey, that's a historic message, isn't it? First one.
That is a historic message. So thank you, Chris. That's our first. Our first
Tell what is one, Johnny.
First comment from YouTube stream. So I know it's working now. Yeah, we're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube, and so I was always curious whether the YouTube was actually working or not, but now we know that it is.
And we are resolute. We'll be helping people by giving him an air guitar. He's gonna be waiting for one in the mail. I'm like, just kidding.
Yeah. And Chris said, if I'd have known it would be historic, I would have come up with something better. Oh man, awesome, man. Thank you. So, Mike, tell us about yourself. Tell us about your faith journey. What led you to write the songs that we're going to listen to in a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, been on a faith journey my whole life, you know what I mean? And I feel like it just keeps getting stronger and stronger as the years go by. And I think with me, I'll be honest, I made an album that was just straight up heavy metal called Metalcast, came out in June. And, that album took about a year to make. And during that time, something just kept telling me, it's like, we got to start doing some faith-based music, you know what I mean? And I just couldn't come up with any ideas. I had no ideas on how to do it or where to start. And once that got done, I felt like, okay, this project's complete, and now I'm ready to for the next chapter. And I started writing some songs that were pretty heavy, a little bit heavier than what we were doing in Metalcast, and just sat on those, just kept listening to the music. And I just wanted God to talk to me, you know what I mean? And say, where are these words, or what are these words supposed to be? And it all started to come out pretty easily at that point. And that's where we are today. I did 5 tracks. It's all in the vein of Christian metal, and I'm excited about it. You know what I mean? It's like I said, it was something that I've been wanting to do for years. I feel too, the Bible was talking to me. You read the Bible and, sing his praise and grab your lyre and play a song to God. You know what I mean? And finally that really took root and got it done.
All right. That's so awesome. You sent me some music and I want to play a track or part of a track.
Sure.
Which one do you want to talk about first?
Oh, anyone's fine. Let's just surprise me.
All right. So we got Iron Faith.
Okay. Yeah. That's.
Holy Spirit, come inside, lead me to what's right. Your grace, so powerful, it takes away all my strife. My faith is strong, without it there's no point to my life.
All right. So
Yeah.
it's good and heavy. Vocals
It's heavy.
are clean. I love it. So tell us about the song, what inspired it, all that.
I just felt like, okay, I'll be honest with you. The one night I just got woken up in the night, and I was it God that woke me up? I don't know. And Iron Faith just popped in my head. And I don't know if I was struggling to figure out what to name the project or to name a song, but just Iron Faith just popped in my head. So the next morning I go online and I start looking. I'm like, there's got to be a band called Iron Faith, right? This seems pretty, simple. There's got to be somebody called Iron Faith. And I think there was a Christian band, like maybe in the 90s that was underground that never really went very far. So I was like, I think it's fair game to use the name. I don't see anybody active using the name Iron Faith. But so then when that popped in my head, this music was already written, but it had no lyrics. So it just kind of wrote itself, just really kind of talking about, how, having strong faith and basically how you can be healed by faith. We talk about all the things that Jesus did by your faith, you're healed, the bleeding woman, the paralyzed, the blind, all those references kind of come in throughout the verses, and also my own faith and what it's done in me. You know what I mean? So that's really what the song's about. And, it's very metal though, too. As you heard, the music is very metal and, Iron Faith, stronger than steel. It's very metal, but very Christian as well. So.
Very cool. So, is the band going to be Iron? I know that the title of the album is going to be Iron Faith. Is there going to be a band behind it?
So there's really no band. It's really just me. So what I do is, I take these drum lines and just kind of add my own flair to them. I play guitar, I play bass, I sing, I write the songs. And then the only thing that I really need help with is lead guitar. So I just have different friends do solos for me. So for the most part, it's really just like a one-man show. It's just a project, really. It's not a band.
Okay. So how are you doing the drums? Is it drum tracks or you got somebody playing for you?
It's real drums. It's this guy, Devin James, and he just has all these drum tracks that are up for grabs. And I just, yeah, he basically encourages people to use them to write songs or to make recordings or do whatever you want with them. Now, granted, I have to take them and chop them up and make them sound like cohesive to the song. You know what I mean? So, because they're just all, they change and they vary. So I have to take those and cut them. And I have to do accents as well. Like if I go into my programs and maybe I have to do a cymbal head or something like that. So I have to do a lot of the legwork with the drums, arrangement and whatnot. So it's a little different than probably a lot of people do, but it's working. It's working.
So you like Pink Floyd because you got The Wall behind you?
Brick in the Wall. No, I don't really like Pink Floyd.
I just had to say it for conversation.
No, I thought the same exact thing when I saw it. I thought about Brick in the Wall.
Uh-huh.
So, Theocracy, the first album, I think their either first EP or first album, Matt Smith, very similar.
Yep.
Did everything. He played all the instruments. He did all the vocals. And then the band came later.
Yeah,
so,
that might be a possibility. You know what I mean? But at this point, I'm just putting it all together myself. I'm not opposed to getting together with other people to do it. But I know, Brian, you kind of do things remote. I mean, I know you've got a band, but you're doing a lot of it like remote. And, I wouldn't be opposed to doing something like that. So
And we had one song on our first album called Crazy that my drummer, John, said, hey, can I make this my pet project? I'm like, go ahead. Because it was from my other band, Otherwise Broken, from a long time ago.
Okay.
And so on that song, he did everything except for the two lead guitar parts, the soloing and the outro. Other than that, he did the bass, the drums, guitars, everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it makes it easier, like I said, and I don't have a lot of people around that play in my area that I know of. So it's just, I can play rhythm, I can play bass, I can sing, I can get the majority of it done. Just need a little bit of assistance with the guitar solos and it's done.
Hey, I got you beat though, because my one song when my wife died, it's called I See You. And John goes, you need to do drums on this, because I did everything on there along with Dale Thompson's backing vocals. And I think Troy did some, like a cello or something. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. Troy Thompson. So yeah, doing the things nowadays like you're talking about, it's so amazing that we can do what we're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
You can do it in your home studio. You don't have to pay big bucks to go into a studio. And just to think you can do all this stuff by yourself and at home, and then people be receptive to it. It's an amazing feeling. It really is. Yeah.
So if you're out there and you've got music building up in you and you've got some talent, don't let the naysayers tell you can't. Don't let you can go on YouTube, you can go on TikTok, you can go on all these different streaming platforms and present your music and get a following. Yep. And so really, if that's what the Lord's calling you to do, please don't look at it as insurmountable, because these guys are doing it.
Yep.
Don't count on making much money, but
that's the blessing of ministry, man. We get to do it because the Lord called us, and we don't have to worry about getting paid for it.
It's a good joke, though.
It's just like podcasting. People always just said, "Oh, is there money in podcast?" No, there's no money in podcasting.
It costs me money every month.
Costs you money, right? You got to do it because you love it. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Mike, did Paul go over the terms of the contract for the $50 that you're going to owe us?
Yes, I'm still looking it over.
Yeah, you're getting 10% of all proceeds from the show,
which is zero.
So Chris says he's looking for the empty box you're sending him with his air guitar.
And he'll know it's from me. I laughed at that earlier while the music was playing. I tried to hold back.
And Lori C is so proud of you, Mike.
That's my wife.
That's your wife. Awesome. Well,
thank you. Love you,
Mrs. Metal Mike. Welcome. Thank you for popping in. So, and that's our second commenter from YouTube. So it's
working.
Night.
It's working.
It's working.
It's working.
So
that's pretty cool.
Let's pop on another song. This one's called "Giving It to God."
Okay. Yeah. Slower track.
Some classic tracks are slow.
This is too big for me. But anything is possible with you. And all the time try to do it my own way. All the times when everything.
And then it tends to, it gets heavier after that. It does have it's like a power ballad type thing where it gets heavy. But giving it to God. It's pretty self-explanatory, right? I think we try to do things our own way sometimes and it doesn't work out so well. And we're not patient, right, with some of the things. So we've got to rely on God's timing. Give it to him, cast your anxieties on him because he cares for you. You know what I mean? So, that's what that song's all about. Just kind of being in a tough situation and wanting to, just scurry around and not really know what to do, but then take a step back and just say, okay, God's got you. I'm going to give it to him and things are going to be okay. So that's what that song's all about.
We still freak out.
We still freak out once in a while. We're human. We're messed up. We're humans. We're flawed.
Sorry, Paul.
No, I'm sorry. Was there an event? Was there a circumstance that led to that?
No, I think it's just, I think in any in life, there's just situations where you find yourself in a jam, you know what I mean? And I could think of a bunch of them. But it's just, it could be numerous things, but just that kind of situation where you find yourself in a tight spot. And like I said, you're squirming around and you're going all over the place, but you just got to calm down and let God take care of it.
Kind of reminds me of the Bible, the thing in the Bible where Paul had a thorn in the flesh, but the Bible doesn't tell us what it was. Mm-hmm. That's intentional by God because, if we knew Paul had a thing with drinking alcohol or something.
Right.
Oh, look at Paul. But we don't know what the thorn in the flesh was, so we can relate to anything it might be.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, exactly.
I love that scripture.
Yeah. We can relate. We can look at that and think maybe it's what I'm struggling with. Maybe it's my thorn. It's Paul's thorn. And God's grace is sufficient. So
exactly.
Yep. The style in that song, I love the style. It's reminiscent of like the 80s Glam Metalcast. I mean, that was your show. So clearly it's going to be your influence.
Yeah.
But I love it. It's got that classic 80s sound to it. So who were your influences when we're making these?
Well, I guess my influences overall, I got into music in like 1986. So of course, when you talk about glam metal, of course, I got exposed to Poison and I got into, Motley Crue, Kiss, Alice Cooper, and Stryper. That was probably, that was the first Christian band I ever got into. And talk about glam. I mean, Stryper were pretty glam. Hey, I like it. Hell with the devil. But then I think a lot of these songs as we get going, like actually even with Iron Faith, you can hear it's faster, heavier than say glam metal. You know what I mean? I don't really think much of the stuff is in that vein. A lot of it's, power metal, heavy metal. Right. And I got exposed to then Metallica and heavier bands like that. So I think the early stuff that I got onto in like 86, and then it just kind of developed through time, getting into heavier bands and different kinds of Megadeth, just all kinds of different kinds of stuff. Just all of it kind of in a melting pot is what we've got today musically. So
yeah. And I did get a chance to preview the music this week, which was awesome. Mm-hmm. And I did notice that there's that 80s, there is that 80s sound definitely in there. But then I heard more heavier, like you mentioned, Megadeth and Metallica.
Yeah,
definitely heard some more of that influence and stuff in there.
Yeah.
So, and also the modern elements. I heard what did resonate a little bit. I was talking about the power metal bands from Europe a little bit.
Yeah,
and I hear a little bit of that in there.
Yeah, I feel like with this project, I feel like I'm at home. You know what I mean? I love the direction that we're going with the lyrics. I love that the heaviness, but still, like you said, still has different elements in the 80s and all that kind of stuff. And I like that I can sing it. I think, Brian, we were talking, like you were saying with your song, it means a lot when you can do it all yourself. I'm not the greatest singer. I'm not like, some Jeff Tate from Queensryche or something. I don't have that kind of range. I've got a raspy, kind of nasty voice. But this music, it works. You know what I mean? This is just me telling, what I want to say with my voice through my music. I just, feel at peace. I feel at home with it. So I hope people like it. And one thing we can say right now, which I talked to you guys earlier, is the EP is going to come out on Rocks Records this year. So
good choice.
It's a blessing. It really is.
I'm brown nosing Bill right now. Great job.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah, he is.
So I shared the logo that you have on Twitter on the Facebook post for the promo of the show, Iron Faith. Is that going to be the album cover?
No. That was just, I was just kind of putting things out fast. I wanted to put a song out to see what people thought. And I just had that created with AI, and it's not bad. I don't mind it. Right. And I think it's going to be something like that. My son's a graphic artist, and he's amazing. And we were working tonight on putting together what will be the official album cover for the EP. So it'll be something similar, but that was just, I just popped in AI and, make me something because I just needed a thumbnail, for the videos and whatnot. But yeah, it's going to be that, but just 100% better. So,
yeah, cool. So our logo is AI, and it was kind of the same thing. We were getting ready to do a show and we were like, we need something.
Yep.
So I went in and I just threw some ideas into AI and that popped out.
Show them your tattoo.
Oh yeah. So then I went to the tattoo artist and I said, I want the logo. And he's like, I can't put that logo on your arm. So I ended up with that.
Nice. No, I think the logo's great. I mean, AI can be helpful sometimes. You don't want to rely on it completely for everything, but sometimes it works. It helps you. You know what I mean? So I'm not opposed. So,
and we're gonna get ready to make some T-shirts. I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be going to the Rise Up Con. I'm gonna rent a table there.
Okay.
Kevin Sorbo event here in Sevierville, Tennessee. Skillet's the first drummer from Skillet's gonna be there. Michael Street's gonna be there.
Peters.
Nice.
Yeah. Who's that?
Good for you, man.
Lori Peters.
Yeah, Lori Peters is gonna be there. So I'm gonna rent a table, promote the show, try to book some guests. Give away some metal Bibles, and
there you go.
But I want to get some T-shirts done, but we can't use that logo because it's AI, and we can't put that on a shirt.
How long till that? Because I got to work on something for you.
All right, yeah, cool.
How long do I have?
Oh, it's in April, so I think
got time.
The 19th. I'm off of work because it's a holiday, so that's when I'm going to book the table, and start setting up things and all that. So. It'll be a lot of fun. So you ready to pull up another song?
Sure.
All right. So we got Refuge.
Refuge. That was the first song I put out. Yeah.
All right. So.
And there's a question in the comments based on that song.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right at the bottom there.
All right. So we've got is Refuge the only song on streaming?
Yes. So Refuge is on streaming on Spotify, and it's also on YouTube, and there's one more song on YouTube, and that's all that's going to be out there for now. And then I think when the album comes out, maybe some other things will happen, or the EP. So yeah, that was the first song I put together for the project. So that was like, it's got a special place, you know, and you know, just talking about, you know, what's in Psalms, you know, talking about God being a place of refuge, you know, and once again, kind of a similar concept as the last song we listened to is, you know, when you find yourself in trouble, you know, God can protect you and just be that place of refuge. That's what the whole song's about. So.
All right. Awesome. So we had Les and Joyce on a couple weeks ago, Carlson. Yep. And their strategy was to release the CD first and then go on the streaming platforms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what we do.
Is that what you're kind of planning on doing?
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably talk with Bill, you know, with Rocks Records and see how he wants to handle it. But he said probably just keep the two that are out for now and then, you know, put the EP out and then see where it goes, you know. So, like I said, everything's early. Like this, all this just happened this week with the deal with Rocks Records. So,
awesome.
So I don't even know much, you know, beyond that it's going to happen. But I don't know a ton of the details at the moment.
Well, congratulations on that because it's fun.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And like I said, I've got 5 songs done. I've got another 5 I'm working on right now. So hopefully I can either do a full album at some point or maybe I'll just do EPs. I don't really know. That's what's cool about it. I don't really have a set plan. It's the sky's the limit.
With Bill, here's something just to tell people how cool Rocks Records is.
Yeah.
On our second album, Only Human, my daughter did all the keyboard. Mm-hmm. She was only 14. And she did a great job. And she also sang one song with Benjamin Birdsong from the band The Birdsongs. It's a family unit. They do a great job. But I was telling Bill, okay, just send us the thing. And he goes, your daughter did all that? I'll send a copy of the contract and she can sign one. So that's cool. I got pictures and video of her signing it. And that's pretty neat.
Awesome.
I mean, at 14, you're signing a record deal when you're 14.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's cool.
So I love that you don't have like this. I don't want to say it. I don't want it to come off wrong. That you don't have this ambition to be like you want to do this thing. You have it all planned out, mapped out. You're rolling with the Holy Spirit,
right? Yeah, really. Yeah.
And I love that.
And that's the whole thing. That's the beauty of it. Is that like here I am, just putting this music out, not having a big idea of where it's going to go, and then for some reason, like God gets me together with Bill, and now the music's going to get out to even a greater audience. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's mind blowing. It really is.
And we don't take it for granted. Don't take it for granted.
No way. Nope.
That's the way it's of God.
Yep.
When you stepped out in faith, you felt the urge to do it.
Yep.
You stepped out in faith. You took the chance, you did it, and then all of a sudden these doors are opening for you.
Exactly.
Right. So you're on the right track.
So it's of the Lord. So I'm really excited to see what he's got planned for you.
Yeah, me too.
So How much time do you get to put into this per week? And do you have a regular job, or is this something you get to do all the time?
Yeah, I have a regular job, of course, you know what I mean, and I have a family, and just do it this when I have time, you know what I mean, on the weekends mostly, you know, I'll get the guitar out, start writing, and piece together. I'm pretty fanatical. Like I've already changed a few things that since like the versions that you have, there's a couple things I didn't like and I've changed them. So I'm kind of neurotic. So I listen to it, I live with it. Bryan can probably attest to this kind of stuff. So I'm constantly, I hear something I don't like, I change it. So I'm hoping it'd be nice just to give it to Bill and then be done with it, and then I could just move on because you don't want to overthink it either. You got it.
Hey, Paul, tell them what some of our guests have already said. Like now, this is another episode about being finished with a song. Remember?
Oh yeah, that the song at some point you just have to say it's done,
right?
Because it's never done. There's never a point. There's never a point you're fully satisfied with it.
Yep.
No, and sometimes I do that. I say that on the show because sometimes a musician, you think it's just you.
Yeah.
So we want all the musicians out there to know that we're all struggling with that. We can start our own little AA club or something.
Well, it's one of those things too that like there could be a little thing in it that nobody would notice but you, but it drives you crazy. You know what I mean? It's like with anything. It'd be like I remember one time I had redone my house, right? I painted and things like that. There was something like in the corner where like something was a little bit off or something, and it would drive me crazy. My eyes would go to it. But anybody who would walk in your house would never notice that little piece where the molding is,
Nope.
you know,
And
and it's just like
in
that
the back of
music.
your mind.
Yeah, it's just when it comes to music, I can be a little OCD. So.
Yeah, it's the same thing with writing. I've done some I've authored some short stories and stuff, and it's the same thing. You go back through it, and you want to tweak it, and you want to change it. At some point, you just got to say, you know what, man, it is what it is now. It's done, and I'm moving on to something else.
Exactly.
So yeah, but so I'll be looking forward to. I'm going to compare with what you sent me with what comes out when it eventually comes out, because I will definitely be buying the EP.
Okay.
Because, that's one of the big things about this show is we push buy the music.
Yep.
You got to support it. All right, so we want to jump into another track.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got Fear of the Lord.
Want it now, don't wanna wait. You're giving in to all the sin, conforming to the ways of the world. You want power, you want wealth, you want it all about yourself. There'll be no peace.
So basically, the part that we're hearing is talking about somebody who's living for the world, right? And not living for God. They want things their way. They want money. They want power. There's a part where they want to get revenge. And we know as Christians that this is not the way to live, right? It's not this person's not going in the right direction. And the chorus gets into talking about we must fear the Lord. And that's in Proverbs. They talk about, the fear of the Lord is the road to wisdom and understanding. You know what I mean? So I think that's what it's about, just having that relationship and that respect for God, that you respect his word and follow the way of life that he wants you to live. And that's what it's all about.
Cool.
So I know I cut that track off because we can't, YouTube doesn't let us play full songs.
Yeah.
And it's not copyrighted yet, but still there's certain countries that won't let this show go in because we're playing music on it.
Sure.
So, and I know there's people out there going, don't stop. I want to hear the whole thing.
That one's got a big chorus. That chorus is pretty catchy and big, but yeah, that's okay. We couldn't make it.
What I could do, let me run it in the background while we talk a little bit.
Okay.
And then maybe I can time it right and get into the chorus a little bit.
Mr. Pat Carnes just showed up.
Oh, nice. So talk about the trend. So you had an album out with Glam Cat, or was it Metal?
Oh, we called it Metalcast, but it was with the host that was the co-host with me, Ryan. He was the singer, and I did a little bit of vocals, and did most of the music and whatnot for that. So yeah, that took about a year because we were working at a kind of slow pace. Where I put this stuff together much faster. Once again, it's got to be the Lord's will that like I said, why did that take so long and this was able to come together so fast? That's all the only way I can explain it. But yeah, so we did do a project over the course of a year, and then it came out in the last summer, the CD.
The CD came out last summer for that?
For Metalcast, yeah. Yep. Metalcast. We put it out independently.
So contrast, what you were doing with that and the thought behind it and the intent to what you're doing now.
So like we said, that was just straight up, hair metal. It was very in tune with the 80s, but because I was involved, lyrically it was clean, you know what I mean? It wasn't, we weren't talking about anything crazy, but it was really just like a celebration of what we were doing on the podcast and a throwback to the 80s and whatnot, where I feel like with this, aside from the Christian lyrics, I feel like it's pushing forward a little bit. Like you said, there are some old school elements, but then there's also some pushing forward in the genre, not going backwards. So I think that's probably the biggest difference, is where I think we were really trying to get the 80s sound. Where this, it's like, I'm not really trying to do anything. I'm just trying to make music, and whatever comes out, comes out. You know what I mean? If it sounds a little bit of 80s, that's me. You know what I mean? I can't, that's my genre. That's what I love. So if it's in there, but even like with this, I felt like this almost was, with Fear of the Lord, was almost kind of rappy, even though it wasn't rap. It just had that choppy verse, you know what I mean? Like way rap would be. I'm not a big fan of rap, but it was just that freedom of just to do whatever comes to your mind. So
well, let me see where we are in the song. We're
back where we were. We were back at the beginning.
Part over. All right, so I'm gonna let it play a little bit and see if we can catch it. So, so the rap element, is there ever going to be a rap element in any of your songs? White Cross played around with it a little bit. Alice Cooper, he had a little, one of his albums, he dabbled in it just a tad.
Yeah.
Is that something you would ever be? No.
No.
Hey, White Cross's Holy War is a good song, though.
Yeah, it's a cool song.
Yeah, like the chorus of this song too also kind of felt like Striper vibes were coming out, just being very, especially like early Striper. When you think about Soldiers Under Command, especially, it's just very straightforward. Jesus, King of Kings. It's right in your face. Where today they try to write deeper songs, deeper message, Christian message. But I feel like in the early days it was just very direct, and I felt like with this chorus and some of the lyrics in this song was very direct. So
hey, don't be apologetic about when you talk about you singing, because your vocals are fitting really nice, and I'm picturing an 80s metal band when I'm hearing your voice. So you got 2 thumbs up for me.
Awesome. That's a great compliment, Brian. I appreciate that, because I think that is something that I'm probably always going to be self-conscious about, is my voice. So yeah, for you to say that means a lot.
Well, I was going to also say, you were talking about your voice earlier, and I'm listening to this and I'm thinking it's quality. It's top quality for this genre of music. I mean, it's perfect. And I was thinking, there's people listening to this stuff that we're playing tonight, and they go, what's this guy talking about? He can't sing.
I'm not like, I don't consider myself I can't sing, in a high range or anything like that. I'm not a Les Carlson or anything like that, but I do my own thing in my own pocket. A lot of people think I have like that rasp, like a raspy voice, maybe like the way Alice Cooper does and whatnot. And that's a big influence of mine. And
I'm sensing in the raspy with a little bit of a high pitch. I think that's what's giving me the vibe of the 80s.
Cool.
Yeah, and I'm almost picking up a little bit of a Black Sabbath-y
That's what I was trying. I think so too.
Yeah,
a little bit. So
definitely, it's all music that I listened to back in the day and still do. So it's understandable.
Hey, we had Richard Lynch on from Saint.
Oh, okay,
And
yeah.
after the show was done, Paul remembers this. I picked up my other phone and recorded the video on live, but we were off air. We are like in the green room, and I said, "Hey, my drummer is always giving me crap about not being a premier guitarist. Could you lie about my guitar playing and brag me up?" And so I posted it, and he did like, I don't know, about 2 minutes of how I'm better than Rex Carroll, and he's just blown away by my guitars. I was just cracking up laughing. I could barely breathe. Remember that, Paul?
I do remember that.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Then he gave you permission to use it, which was
just
dangerous.
Him doing that for me was just really cool. So we've had a lot of fun with the show, and so you're just adding to more of the good memories. So thanks for coming on.
That's awesome. And that song "Refuge," when I was listening to that a couple tracks back, your vocals in that, I thought to myself, he could sing for Black Sabbath.
Yep.
Wow.
With that vocal range, he could definitely go right in there and fit into that and be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that's a great compliment. I appreciate that, Paul.
There's a comment there you might want to put up.
A comment? Okay, cool.
The last one right there.
All right.
Yep.
Great voice for the music. Yes, absolutely.
Thank you for that. That means a lot. It really does. So.
And Chris is my concert buddy. We meet up at Immortal when we get a chance. He's in Texas, I'm in Tennessee,
and I'm in Michigan.
Okay. I was wondering where you
were.
We're
all over the place. But Chris and I have met up at Immortal a couple times and got to hang out. So, so he and this guy knows music. So,
cool.
Not just some rando. And Pat is with us tonight. Hey, Pat, good to have you with us, man.
Hey, Pat.
All right, so I got one more track, I think.
I think this is going to be the first track on the EP, what you're going to play.
Okay.
Moral Massacre.
All right, so this one's pretty heavy, if I recall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It better be.
Yeah, with that title, you better be, right? Moral Massacre. Yeah, we didn't get to the gang vocals, but if you can imagine, it says Moral Massacre in a gang vocal.
That's a good one. That's a fun rocking. I can imagine everybody out of their seats with that one.
Yep.
Live. So, lyrically, I love the lyrics. I'm listening to the lyrics as well because that's very important to me.
Sure.
Talk about where you came up with the idea for this one.
Well, as you guys probably know, I mean, all you got to do is turn on the TV, and I feel like our morals are under attack all the time. Mm-hmm. And really, this was around the time that with Charlie Kirk being shot. You know what I mean? Okay. And here's a person that's just voicing their opinions, and he's being murdered for it. You know what I mean? And to me, that's like the most un-American concept that there ever was. You know what I mean? So I think that's where Moral Massacre comes from. It's just the society going down the tubes and kind of peaking with something like that. You know what I mean? So that's what that's all about. And the chorus is, put on your armor, show them we're stronger. Can't take any more of this moral massacre. So it's just the armor. Yeah. But yeah, it's really just saying the only way we're going to get through this is with our faith, because it's bad. I mean, it's bad, but our faith can protect us. So.
Oh, that's really great. So I love that message, and you're right. You're on Twitter. I'm on Twitter, and the stuff that we're seeing daily, the deluge of filth, the deluge of supporting of what God calls sin, things that God hates, that it's being, held up as virtuous.
Yep.
And so, yeah, I'm totally with you on that. And those lyrics resonate. And that's a message for today. So I think it's really important that this music gets out there and people hear it and it makes them think about, we're watching the word here always. And I think the world is just getting further and further away from the truth and the biblical standards.
Yep.
And the more the society changes, the more weird we look.
Right.
And the more narrow we look and hateful we look and things like that. So what do you does that play into that song or the lyrics of that?
100%. You nailed it. That's exactly where we're going with that. Yeah, I mean, it's 100%.
Yeah. So I totally get that. Musically, do you read music?
No.
No.
No, I got bass. Okay, so when I was 12 years old, I got bass lessons from this guy who was like in a metal band. And he's like, I don't even remember how long, maybe 6 months or not even that long. He's like, look, I showed you everything that I know. You've gotten just as good as I am on the bass. He's like, just, when you come over, we'll just jam. You know what I mean? I started jamming with him and playing like Deep Purple and Black Sabbath and all that kind of stuff. You probably are hearing in the music. And then, of course, if you can play bass, I mean, you can figure out guitar. So then I just, power chords and whatnot and learned all that kind of stuff. So that's really all I know. I just learned by ear. I play by ear. I feel like I have a knack for melody. That's one compliment I'm going to give myself. I won't compliment my vocals. I won't compliment a lot of things that I do, but I think I can write a good melody, a catchy melody, whether that be with riffs or with voice. That I feel like is my strong suit there. So yeah, no real training. Just like I said, just some lessons real early on, and then the rest of it was all just self-taught.
Cool.
Same here. Dale Thompson said that one of the big things he likes is my writing. It's melodic.
Yeah. Yep. And it is. He's right. So,
well, thank you.
Thunder of God. Like I said, if I'm singing that now, you did the right thing. And I hope that's what people, when they listen to my stuff, they're singing it after, and those lyrics and the melodies are sticking with them, because that's what it's all about. Because it's not just, like you said, it's great, but also we want them to get the message. So if the message is being presented in a melodic, catchy way that repeats, and the message keeps, replaying in their head, that's a good thing. That's what we're shooting for. So it's
just like a good TV commercial that comes up with a good jingle.
It's exactly.
Have you guys seen the new Pizza Hut commercial?
Yes.
I cracked up laughing, being a Buccaneer fan and having Tom Brady.
Yeah.
That old lady tackles him.
Yeah.
Then the way he says, roughing the passer.
I think it's hilarious. Pizza Hut, Yep.
Oh, yeah.
A few times. Good.
Whoever came up with that, boom. And that's
Genius.
What we do. You notice my mother-in-law died. She had Alzheimer's. She couldn't carry a conversation. She wrapped a sandwich in aluminum foil and put it in the microwave. I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh, wow.
So, but you take her to church, every lyric, every word from all the hymns, she's just singing it beautifully, like she doesn't have Alzheimer's. And so it was hard to watch her die, but music is so influential.
Yep.
So we got to use it for the kingdom. That's what we do.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah. So that's so true. Music, and I don't want to sound contrite when I say this. Music's important.
Yep.
It's a huge part of our society. It's a huge part of our ministry, churches, everything. And, God said, make a joyful noise. And there's people that don't like this genre of music being in the Christian realm. But you know what?
Good for them.
I'm not going to sit down and listen to K-Love. Sorry, K-Love. I'm not going to.
It's funny you say that. I wanted to bring this up. So I'll be honest. I do listen to K-Love quite a bit, and I have for years. I like the message, but I'm with you. I'm not wild about the music, but I really like the message. So if we skip back a few tracks to Giving It to God, I think when I wrote that, I actually tried to write that as like a K-Love song, right? But like I
Really?
felt like I failed because I can't write music in that minimalistic way like they do. You know what I mean? Like that's because when you think of the music on K-Love, it's very it's mostly driven by the vocals, right? There's not a lot of instrumentation, you know. So lyrically for this song, I was envisioning it like a K-Love song, but then I got this music and then combined it with those lyrics, and it became more of a power ballad type of a track. But it's funny you say K-Love because I wanted to bring that up. That that when I first was trying to write worship songs and whatever, I was like, maybe I could write a song like that, and maybe somebody else could perform it or something like that, Sure. And then I totally disbanded that because I'm like, I'm a metal guy. I don't. That's all I know. And that, like I said, when you think of my voice, I couldn't sing a K-Love song with the kind of voice that I've got. You know what I mean? So I can't do that type of a thing. I'll fail. It's not going to be right. But when it's in this genre of metal, it works. I can do it because, like I said, I've got those kind of tools, in my arsenal where I can make music that would make sense, with metal, Christian metal, things like that. But to try to do the K-Love thing, I don't have it.
Well, we were talking to the Carlsons last week or the week before. 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, how music's influence. They went to Germany and they're getting ready to go there again for some church ministry stuff, but they can't speak English, most of them, but they know all the lyrics to Bloodgood songs.
Isn't that wild?
Think about what God can do with music.
Yep. Yes, 100%.
Crosses so many barriers,
So if people listening for the first time, they're getting to meet you for the first time here through the show, where can they meet up with you? Are you accessible on social media?
Yeah, the best place to where I'm most active is on Twitter. It's Metal Mike at 80s Glam Metal 1. So yeah, just reach out. We can have conversations on there, and I'm always active. I love communicating with you, Paul, on there, and especially Mike C. I mean, he's the man.
I
the
love
prayer
Mike
warrior.
C.
I love it.
And I think Mike C is the one that introduced me to your song.
I think so too. Too. Yep.
So he's been very instrumental. Great. He's Brian. This is the guy that prays for us every single week. He's
That's
always messaging me.
Yeah.
And he posts on Twitter. I'm praying for Paul. I'm praying for Brian.
Thank you very much for doing that. We need it.
Yeah.
He's an amazing guy. He one thing I wanted to promote was I try to get that on here. My kids, they designed the shirt. They have a business called 3 Believers, and it's all Christian apparel. So and Mike was a big fan of that. He sent the links out and everything like that. So, and he prayed for their business and everything like that. Cool. So he's amazing. So I wanted to throw that out. 3believers.com. It's all Christian apparel. My kids design it all themselves. They're amazing. They're talented graphic artists. They're full of faith. So super proud of everything that they're doing. Just unfortunately, like I said, I couldn't show it too much because I'm kind of like here. So just the view on my end, it's not showing. So I wanted to show that. So.
That's right. Stand up all you want.
Yeah, stand up all you want. That's such a testimony to you and your faith that you pass on to your kids.
Yep.
That you would go into this and do that and have a. Is that their business? Is that like how they make their living, or is that something they're doing on the side?
Yeah, they're just doing it because they feel passionate about it. Yeah. They're not making big bucks or anything or trying to make big bucks. They just that's their way of spreading the word. So everybody's got their own way of doing it, and that's the way they do it. So, yeah.
So what's that website again?
3believers.com.
3believers.com.
Yeah,
and I'll try to drop the link in the description.
Yeah, they got all kinds of great hoodies and T-shirts and really cool original designs that they do. And like I said, my one son, who's really involved with the graphics for that business, is helping me with the album cover. So we were just working on that right before the call, and that, like I said, that's wicked exciting. I'm sure Brian, you can attest to that. It's just when it's all starting to come together.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, I see this. Can you create it? And then you see it in front of your face. It's really cool and it's really exciting. So
Yeah, if you saw the sketch, I'm a cartoonist too, but I just did a pencil sketch real quick, or with a pen or whatever.
Sure.
I sent it to Raphael, and this is what he got out of it.
Yeah.
And if you saw the sketches, you'd be like,
no, that's an amazing, as being a fan of metal cover art, I think that's really amazing, that full armor. That's
what we're hearing from a lot of people that I always say fans, but they're my friends.
Yeah.
This is amazing, dude. So if he's a great graphic artist, Raphael Traveris Grip. I always goof his name up because it's so long. And that's on me, not him.
That's why you buy the CDs and the albums, because you get the art, you get the lyrics, you get the physical copy. When the power goes out and or when the internet goes out, you still need power to play it. But if the internet goes out, you don't have to not have music, because you can just pop it in your CD player or your DVD player and listen to it right on your television if you want to.
Yep, you're right.
You mentioned before the show that you have a CD player in your car. I love it. So do I.
Yep.
Same here.
It's the best.
Yeah. Modern cars don't come with them. New cars don't come with them. But you can go buy a USB port CD player and stick it in your car, and then you got a CD player in your car.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's music right away. When you gotta, and don't get me wrong, I've got a real cool, hefty playlist that I like to listen to sometimes. But just to get in the car, stick it in, let it play.
No commercials.
Yeah, no goofing around. It's the way to do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Plus, I push as being a writer. When you see the tracks, they're purposely placed in a flow. You don't get that. The young people nowadays, that they're not getting that from the artist, and I think that they're missing out.
No, there's an art to that. You're right.
Yep.
Just like I said earlier, I was like, okay, this is the first track.
Yeah.
Like if it's in some playlist, it's just all over the place. So
could be anywhere.
All right. Well, we say it often, and we're going to say it again. The fastest hour in internet is just about to come to an end. Got 2 minutes. What do you want people to remember? What do you got to say?
Well, first of all, I just want to thank you guys. It really did go by fast. It was a great conversation. So really appreciate you having me on. For everybody, like I said, just keep in touch. Go on to Twitter. 80s Glam Metal 1 is the handle. And I can't change it to Iron Faith or do anything because it's got like 24,000 followers or something like that. So I gotta keep the account. I can't get rid of the account. Keep an eye out for Iron Faith. It will come out probably within the next couple months. We're just working out all the details with Rocks Records, and just enjoy the music, enjoy the message. That's all I can say. I've said, really appreciate you having me on.
Well, we thank you so much for coming on and sharing your music and sharing your stories with us, and letting us be able to just take this time to get to know you a little bit. So it's been awesome.
It was fun.
Definitely. We'll have to do it again sometime. And like I said, it was really great talking with you guys. Yeah,
you're welcome on any time. And once you get your EP out, we'll definitely have you back.
Sure.
And if you want to do a launch party, we'll do a launch party, whatever. But we did one for We Are Resolutes last CD, and it was a lot of fun.
Yes, I appreciate you guys so much.
All right, Brian, any parting words before I play us out?
Yep. Welcome to the Rocks Records family.
Yes.
It's always cool when I see Bill put a thing up like, hey, that's a Rocks Records guy. All right.
Yep. Label mates.
Yep. And so, like always, read your Bible every day, even if it's only a chapter and you don't get anything out of it. Just get your nose in the book. Because then there's going to be a time you're witnessing to somebody, and that night that you thought you didn't get anything from it, the Holy Spirit's, and he'll pull it right up, and next thing you know, it's coming out of your mouth, and afterwards you're going, wow. And that's how he works. So read your Bible every day, pray. Don't just pray for your own needs, pray for other people.
Yeah, and I'll say this, man. Listening to the lyrics of both of these gentlemen, they're in the Word. There's no other way around it. They're in the Word. They're getting inspired, and it's an awesome thing to behold. So, Mike, again, thank you so much for being with us tonight. Do you mind if I play us out with one of your songs?
Oh, that would be great, Paul.
All right.
And then hang out for a second. Don't shut it off right away when we're done.
All right, well, thank you everybody for being with us, and we will see you all again next week, Lord willing. And Irvin and fun Jason Africa.